Chapter 16, Running Out of Time. The beginning of the long-awaited New York adventure. One day before the airplane flight at Malin's house. "My house," says Syaoran, with Rika, Sakura, and Malin. "Seriously, Tomeo, you are absolutely amazing. I can't believe you planned out our entire wardrobe." Malin swerved around in her new outfit, complete to the preppy red coat. Sakura, Tomeo, and Erika were visiting Malin's house that day. Satisfied, Tomeo plopped down onto Malin's bed. "You see, the first impression we make after we get off the airplane is most important. That's why I stayed up all night making final touches on the outfits. I can't believe you insisted on such a short skirt, Erika-chan, in this weather. But I am really satisfied with how everyone's outfits turned out. And I finalized what everyone's packing. Too bad I couldn't arrange your brother's airport outfit too, Sakura-chan." Her eyes were starry. "But, Tomeo-chan, I thought we'll be shopping in New York," Sakura commented, browsing through Malin's bulging suitcase. "Wait, is Malin really planning to take 10 pairs of shoes? We're only staying for a week." Of course, but that doesn't mean that I won't be prepared as well." Tomeo analyzed Malin's outfit critically. "Good thing your outfit's the last one to finalize. I need to adjust the sleeves a little. Oh, guess what? Did you see at your Christmas gathering? Erika was going nuts over Sakura's brother. Won't it be too funny?" Malin laughed. "Hey!" Erika pushed Malin off the bed and flipped back her glossy hair fastened by 2 red ribbons. "It reminded me of Akizuki Nakuru-san. She was Oni-chan's classmate several years ago," Sakura added. "Who is this person?" "She has good taste," Erika asked. "Oh yeah, this is the schedule for our week in New York." Tomeo handed over a booklet packet to each person. "Oh my gosh!" Malin shrieked as she scanned over the contents. "We're staying at the Plaza Hotel, first class airplane tickets, and look at this schedule. Fancy dinner receptions, parties, Broadway tickets, CompTech tour, New York guidance in a limousine. I really can't believe we're leaving tomorrow." "Will you girls be quiet? I'm trying to do something in here," Syaoran called from the living room. "Oh yeah, Syaoran-kun lives here too," Sakura exclaimed. "Why is he so touchy?" Malin laughed. "You'll see." Malin's flashback. "Hello?" Syaoran got the phone. "Mother, how are you doing?" "Fine, thank you. Did you have a nice Christmas?" "Yeah, Malin's fine." "Yes, I'll be going to New York during winter break." "Yeah." "A friend won the prize." "Oh, what? Mother, please. I'm sorry. I used so much money. For Christmas. I'll pay back the credit card bills. Just don't." Mother? Syaoran turned super deformed, pacing up and down the room, sweat dropping. From the other side of the phone, Lee Fanren picked it up and shouted enthusiastically, "Merry Christmas, little bro. So what's up? Ha ha, someone's in trouble. But Mother would have made you do it, even if you passed the credit card limit." "Sister, please let me talk to Mother. I have no intention of..." Hello? Syaoran slammed the receiver down, his face turning ghastly. "Oh, great. So much for my vacation." "So, what did Lee-kun's mother say to do?" Tomeo asked. "It's a long story," Malin replied, sighing. "Anyway, I better adjust this coat." Tomeo took out her sewing kit. "Oh, Sakura-chan, sorry, but can you take the sketch in that bag to Lee-kun? It's his airport outfit, and the New York schedule, too." "Sure." Sakura picked it up and walked to the living room. There, she stood a moment to marvel at the grand Christmas tree. It was hard to believe Syaoran arranged it. Then her eyes wandered to Syaoran's back, sitting at the kitchen table, typing away at something on his laptop. Quietly, she crept behind him. Grinning wickedly, Sakura pushed the unsuspecting Syaoran's back, shouting, "Boo! Gah!" Syaoran jumped off his chair, panting. He glared at her. "What'd you do that for? Don't bother me. I'm busy." Posing his fingers over the keyboard, Syaoran started typing again. Sighing. Watching the laptop screen, Sakura asked, looking over his shoulder, "What are you doing?" "None of your business." The implantation of 5 genres of theological sorcery, according to documentary text of the Forgotten Generation, reiterates the emphasis on the categorization of the elements before the ingenious solution to which the Eastern and Western magic was coherently combined. Furthermore, withstanding that chaos refers back to time before the greatest magician in the world, Clawreed. Turning placid and sweat-dropping heavily, Sakura trailed off from reading what Syaoran was typing with spiral eyes. "What in the world is that?" "I'm writing a document, a stupid analytical document about the 5 forces before Clawreed and how he combined them to one, the improvement and the drawbacks and results, blah, 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 blah." Syaoran sighed heavily again. "You're crazy," Sakura murmured. "It's not me, it's my family. Hey, can you get the fax over there?" Syaoran indicated to the fax machine. Walking over to the fax machine, Sakura picked up the papers that were emerging from the machine. As the stack grew larger, the rounder her eyes got. "What in the world is all this?" Groaning, "Ugh," Syaoran answered, "Don't ask me. There's a whole list of things that Mother wants me to do in New York, as well as visiting all these people." "But why?" "Well, the Lee clan is a prominent, powerful family. Not that I'm proud to say that. Let's just say we have strong connections internationally, all over the world. And Mother wants me to visit some people in New York to discuss some complicated issues, as well as come up with a document for the elders to look at. She's faxing me a whole list of things I have to do." "Close your mouth. It's worse than you think it is." Obediently, Sakura shut her jaws. What is wrong with that family? Or is it they really do come from such a strong, powerful lineage? After all, their line is Clawreed. Poor Syaoran-kun. I don't deserve pity. Mother's mad at me again, but oh well. I'll just buy her an extra nice present from New York. I certainly have no intention of ruining my vacation. Snapping his laptop shut, Syaoran spun around and ended his rant, out of words. Looking up at Sakura, he asked surprised, "Oh, when did you get here?" Sakura turned head over heels. "You were just talking to me for the past 10 minutes. Ignoring her, Syaoran shuffled through several documents. Finally, he slipped out a piece of yellowed paper. "Good, you're here. There might be some evidence to be found. You said you wanted to find out more about the past, right? Look at this date." Sakura observed the paper. "Why, it's about 20 years ago." "Exactly. What does that signify?" Furrowing her eyebrows, Sakura thought, "What?" Then she remembered. "Oh, that's when your father left to Hong Kong and my mom married my dad." "Exactly. Around that time, she sent a parcel, a box with some things in it to Hong Kong, where my father lived, and he forwarded that box to this address." Reading the highlighted address on the paper, Sakura exclaimed, "It's in New York!" "But what's so strange about that?" "Remember? When we read my father's diary, he left Japan. God knows why. But if I interpreted correctly, their relationship wasn't all too good by that time. So why did Nadeshiko-san send the parcel to Hong Kong? It must have been something important. And after he received it, he sent it to an address in New York. But why New York of all places?" "New York. Is it just me? But do you have an uneasy feeling about this trip?" Furrowing her eyebrows, she stared at the paper. Then Sakura held out a bag. Oh yeah, Tameo-chan said to give this to you. What is it? He peeked into the bag. Oh, no, let me guess. It's probably not a Halloween costume, not a concert uniform. Christmas is past. Syaoran commented with exaggerated enthusiasm. So, I guess it must be airport wear. How'd you know? Flipping over his chair, Syaoran asked unbelievingly, You mean it's true? Oh, God, help me. Sakura patted his back sympathetically. Sighing, he folded the contents from shoes to coat out onto the table. Hoi! That outfit is so kawaii! Sakura exclaimed. I'm not a doll, you know. At the busy Narita Airport, Tokyo. Tell me again, why in the world do I need sunglasses? It's winter, not to mention indoors inside the airport. Syaoran had been grumbling all the way to the airport in Tameo's van. Sakura, Meilin, Tameo, Syaoran, Eran, Arika, Toya, and Yukito were standing inside the shiny floors of the airport in Tokyo, Japan. Finally, they sent off their luggage and had an hour to wait before boarding time. I just thought that the sunglasses looked so cool and mysterious. You know, in movies, the handsome, dashing protagonist lands from the airport dressed in black with hair slicked back and sunglasses. She said, hugging herself in delight. Tameo had insisted on handing sunglasses out to everyone. Slapping his forehead, Syaoran muttered, Oh, stupid of me to ask. Come on, you guys. I'm in charge with Yukito, okay? Now, we'll stay at Japan Airlines, JAL, first class lounge until boarding time. We board at 11:30, Toya said, taking charge. Right, Toya-san, Eureka chirped. Taking Syaoran's arm, she added, Come, Syaoran-kun. Eran muttered, oh, I can't believe I'm related to her. He picked up Arika's handbag. Tameo-chan, don't tell me you're videotaping again. Not in the airport. Everyone's staring. Sakura backed away, trying to hide. It's okay. They'll think we're celebrities. Tameo zoomed to Sakura's face. Oi. On the side, Meilin whispered, I'm sure that Syaoran cast his language spell on us so that we could speak English fluently when we got to America. I'm so glad. I know, Sakura agreed. I was dreading poring over my English books. It's a good thing Lee-kun knows such a spell. After all, Eran and Rika both traveled, so they know several languages, while your brother and Takashira-san both are in college, so they know English, but us... Tameo sighed contentedly. It's really handy to have a magician as your friend. Absolutely, Meilin agreed. Laughing, they headed to the lounge. At that moment, Sakura brushed against someone. A piece of white paper landed on her. She swerved around, but the black figure had dissolved into the crowd. With a pounding heart, Sakura unfolded the paper. She had an uneasy feeling that someone was watching her. There is a bomb installed in this airport. It will explode in exactly 1 hour from now. Beware, or else this whole airport and all the people in it will be reduced to ashes. One more thing. No simple magic means would work this time. Good luck. There was no signature, but at the foot of the note was an imprint of a black skeleton mask. A shudder ran down her spine. This was a joke, right? Certainly someone didn't do this to be funny. Someone was serious. Her heart began thumping. A bomb? What did this mean? She had to take precaution. 1 hour. Was it enough? Swerving around, she glanced around warily. Was someone watching her? Wait, okay. I'll be back. I need to do something important, Sakura exclaimed. Sakura, wait! Where are you going? Tameo asked. Oh, don't go off by yourself, Toya called out. Sorry, I can't explain right now, Sakura said, pushing through the crowds. Where? Where? In this big airport, where could the bomb be? This was no joke. One could search for weeks in a place like this and not find it. This was not a matter of little damage, but one whole big airport with all the people in it. "Hey, you, wait, stupid!" Syaoran ran after her. Emerging from the crowd, Sakura glanced around her. Where? Time was ticking by. Syaoran caught up with her. Panting, he grabbed her arm to prevent her from escaping. Sakura tossed him the note, which he read, frowning. Gulping, Syaoran stammered, "Where'd you get this? Could this be a joke?" "Do you think someone would be dirty enough to joke about something like this?" "No, it has something to do with us, and I won't let whoever's our enemy get away with even attempting to harm innocent people. If that person has something against me, face me, but I won't allow the involvement of anyone else." "But I don't get why," Syaoran started, pondered, but Sakura had already begun running off towards the crowds. "Oh, wait!" "Where? Why? Where can it be? So many people. I want to push them all away. I wish I could stop time, but somehow I know that the time card won't work in this kind of situation." Someone knocked her aside. For a moment, Sakura sank down to the ground with the sick reality that the clock was ticking away. She stared at her watch. 15 minutes had passed. Was 45 enough? Pools of sweat formed underneath her coat as her head spun round and round. "You, wait a moment! What do you mean running off like that?" Syaoran came, panting, next to her. "Get up now! We can't waste time like this. It's impossible to search the airport like this with no clue. This will be pure luck and also keeping a level head. So you search this side, I'll go search the other wing, meet in the lobby in 25 minutes. If we can't find it, that'll leave 20 minutes to come up with a desperate plan. If you find it, contact my hand phone. Now hurry, run." Syaoran sped off, his black coat sailing behind him. "I wonder where they went," Melanie commented. "Well, they seem to disappear pretty much all the time together," Edon commented. "What do you mean by that?" Toya asked sharply. "Anyway, we still have plenty of time, 1 hour before boarding. I'm sure they had some urgent business," Yukito said. "You can't really get lost in an airport, after all." "Great. I think I'm completely lost. Well, it's not my fault I've hardly ever traveled." Sakura wiped her brow and stood and looked around, gazing up at the signs. Where? What was an obvious place? She looked under benches, in the stores and restaurants, and even inside the bathroom. Her legs were aching and her coat felt heavy. Everywhere she went, people stared at her nastily, as if she was crazy. Maybe I am crazy. I know that if I go to the officials and tell them there's a bomb installed in the building, they'll probably laugh at me at best or lock me up in a mental hospital. This is impossible. "Little girl, are you lost?" A man in a blue uniform, clearly a guard, asked her. No. "Well, please don't run around then. You're disturbing others." Yes, sir. Sorry." Sakura felt like hiding underneath a shell. 5 more minutes till meeting up with Syaoran again. I hope he had better luck. And then 20 more minutes to come up with a desperate plan. Sorry. Syaoran dodged people, knocking into others. "Hey, watch it, boy. Youth these days, they're insane," an old man cackled. Feeling his ears turn red, Syaoran swerved around. Where now? Time was ticking away as fast as his heart was pounding. His sweat-soaked sweater clung to his back, and beads of perspiration rolled down his forehead. Where? Time was running out. Bolting out, running again. He checked the information desk, the lounges, and even behind plants. More than half the time, guards chased him off. "You! Stop creating chaos!" someone screamed after him. He wanted to cover his face. Sighing, he took out his sunglasses from his coat pocket and slipped it on. Who would have thought that he could actually listen to Tomeo? But better sunglasses to hide his face than to have people stare and remember his face. His shoes felt heavy on his feet, and everywhere he swerved, he felt wary and nervous. "Look, that little boy looks like he's from a movie," a little girl pointed. "Maybe he's an actor," her mother replied. "Young and cute." "Cool. It looks like a scene from a movie with a handsome actor that learns there's a bomb installed in the building, and he must save everyone." "Now, dear, don't get too imaginative." Syaoran sighed, his keen amber eyes flickering here and there through his tinted sunglasses. Now, 25 more minutes till the bomb went off. He didn't even want to imagine the result. A gigantic explosion. Shuddering, Syaoran desperately racked his brain for a possible place. Now, 22 more minutes. Think calmly, Syaoran. Where is the least likely place that I would search? Where? Sakura plopped down in frustration. Her leg muscles ached, and she had a stitch across her side, while her stomach cramped. Flicking away her hair, she wiped the sweat from her clammy forehead. 21 more minutes till the bomb went off. Inside, her mouth and throat were dry, and her breath came out rapidly. Where would be the last place she would look for a bomb? Where would they put it so that it was the most obvious yet unthinkable? Stay calm, taking a deep breath. She closed her eyes. Tick, tick. Where must it be? Sakura bolted off to the first floor of the airport, dodging people and snaking her way through the crowd. From her pocket, she wrestled out her handphone, given by Tomeo, punching in the numbers. Placing his silver handphone to his ears, Syaoran immediately shouted, "Did you find it?" "No," she replied, "but..." Her words came out in pants. "The least likely place. There must be another way to find it." "The least likely place?" At that moment, Sakura and Syaoran collided into each other, their handphones flying to the side. "We only have 20 more minutes left," Sakura said, catching up with Syaoran. "There's so many people. What is the least likely place?" Syaoran leaped around someone coming his way. She stared at Syaoran, then started laughing. "Hey, good idea," Sakura said and gasped as she almost got knocked over by a burly man. "What?" Syaoran scowled. "How can you laugh in a situation like this?" The sunglasses had some use. "You look so queer, so weird." "But it's a good idea. I'd hate to be recognized in this airport." Sakura slipped on her sunglasses. "There. Now we both look like crazy jerks wearing sunglasses inside an airport." "Oh, shut up. Can you really joke when the bomb will go off in 17 minutes? Come, let's think calmly now," while he himself was pacing up and down. The least likely place. Sakura frowned, her emerald eyes troubled. The ticking of the clock seemed clear to her. Suddenly, Syaoran bolted up. "What?" Sakura jumped up also. "The airport computer system," he croaked, choking his words out. They're designed to pick out those crazy things. Bombs, guns, drugs, dangerous weapons. "So, if we can access one of the computers, we can decode where the bomb is," Syaoran finished off. "Why didn't we think of this before? We've wasted so much time." Sakura paused. They ran off to the nearest computer system, full speed. "Mommy, look, it's the handsome actor. I guess that girl must be his girlfriend in the movie. They both have sunglasses," that same little girl pointed. "My, they are young, but they are really good at acting," the mother commented. "They positively look scared. But I wonder where the camera crewmen are." "Come, we're going to burst through the guards and get to the system," Syaoran shouted. "Hey, you kids!" a guard shouted. "You come back here. Where do you think you're going? These systems are off limits. Get lost." "Shut up!" Syaoran slammed his fist into the man's stomach. The guard toppled over with a moan. Syaoran! Sakura stared in horror. Here, I'll keep the guards busy. You find the system where the bomb is. Hurry! I didn't kill the guard. He only fainted. Now, more guards are coming. Quickly, Sakura ran to a computer. Muttering a silent apology, she used the sleep card on the woman working on it. Sitting before the blue screen, Sakura stared at it in dismay. I don't know how to do this. Figure it out. Syaoran knocked over more guards with his fist. Another man in blue uniform approached him. You, kid, tell me the truth. Are you a spy from another country, right? Sweat dropping, Syaoran pointed to himself and muttered, Me, a spy? Very funny. What the hell do you think you're doing then? What's with the sunglasses? Well, there's no vital information on the hard drive. Don't you dare think that you will shut down this airport either. I have backup forces. The guard took out his walkie-talkie and shouted into it. This is Guard A194. Reinforcements needed. Attack at the computer system in Wing D4. I repeat, reinforcements needed in Wing D4. Frantically, Sakura was typing in words. Syaoran, I don't know the password. Quick! The guard shouted, Ha! You won't get away with this. Backup forces are coming soon. And you don't know how to enter our computer system. With quick reflexes, Syaoran snatched out a pocket knife from underneath his coat and swerved around, pressing it to the guard's neck. In a deadly voice, he whispered, I knocked all these men single-handedly. Shaking, the guard gazed around him with several big men sprawled across the airport floor. Now, tell me the password to the system. It's important. Pressing the cool knife to the guard's throat, he added quietly, and your life will be saved. Syaoran, what do you think you're doing? Sakura called out as she received another error and data put access denied on the computer screen. No, the guard stammered. I'll never tell. I'll lose my job, my whole reputation. I work for one of the most important facilities in Tokyo. Syaoran glanced at his watch. Time was running out. Sakura desperately tried typing in more words. Error. In a dangerously low tone. Syaoran threatened. I've killed before and I'll kill again. Tell me the password. I swear it is nothing to harm anyone. It is rather to save all your stupid lives. Now! Syaoran jerked the man to the ground. Hamburger! The guard stuttered. Puzzled, Syaoran retorted, What? Hamburger? That's the password. In disbelief, Syaoran muttered, What kind of password is that? But Sakura wasted no time in typing it. Hamburger. My boss, ask him, mumbled the guard, yet already Syaoran had placed a word paper on his forehead and the man fell to the ground, asleep. Quickly, Sakura clicked on the mouse and started searching. Did you find it? Syaoran asked. Wait. Typing in another word, Sakura continued to wander through the files. Hurry! We only have 12 minutes left. I can hear more guards coming. I'm almost finished. Here. Gathering her wits, Sakura pressed enter. Found it. I'm pretty sure this is it. The red blinking light. Squinting, they stared at the blueprint of the airport on the computer screen in the blinking red spot in the corner. Where is that? Sakura asked. In the background, she could hear the shouting of guards. Where are they? It must be them. Catch them! Clicking the mouse on the spot, Syaoran scanned over the data that emerged. There must be a furnace in the basement. Bolting up, they began to run for the exit back stairway. Syaoran snatched the keys from the sleeping guard's belt. It's them! They're escaping! Catch them! One of the guards shouted. Hurry! Run! Only 10 minutes left! Syaoran dodged one of the guards who made a grab for him. For the exit stairway! Heart thumping, Sakura ran, her muscles straining from exhaustion. Was it enough time? Will they reach in time? The seconds, minutes, ticked away. 9 minutes left. She stumbled. A harsh hand made a grab for her arm. Ha! Caught you! The guard shouted. funny. A little girl like you turned out to be a spy on Japan. Spy? What are you talking about? Let me go. There's a bomb installed in this airport and it's going to go off in less than 10 minutes. Sakura squirmed. Don't think you'll get away with that. I've learned not to judge people by looks. Just 'cause you're a little girl doesn't mean you'll get away with this. Frustrated, Syaoran kicked the man's side. I know you're stupid, but can't you tell when something's urgent? What do you think you're doing? The man snatched Syaoran's arm. Go! Run! 8 more minutes! Syaoran shouted, tossing Sakura the keys. Catching it deftly, Sakura called, Hurry! Come fast! Catch the girl! The head guard shouted. With agility, Sakura slipped through the whole stampede of guards. Fools! You can't even catch one girl? Chase her! Oh, no, you don't. Sighing, Syaoran wished that he could just use his magic, but it would be too conspicuous in such a big place as an airport. Would Sakura find it in time? Taking great heaves of breath, Sakura fumbled with the jumble of keys to the furnace door, which was shut. Which key was it? Forcing another key into the lock, she frantically twisted and heard the click. She bolted in. Immediately, she could feel the heat, radiation, and cranking of the furnaces. Looking around, she sank to the floor, looking for the explosive. 7 more minutes. On the side, she spotted a box. Marked on it was a black skeleton mask outline. Her heart skipped a beat. With trembling hands, Sakura struggled to open the box. Just then, the furnace door opened, and she jumped. Warily, she swerved around. From the shadows of the furnace room, a figure emerged. Who is it? Sakura demanded. Could it be? Don't jump, it's me, Syaoran said, locking the door. They'll come chasing soon. The airport's havoc right now. Did you find it? Nodding, Sakura showed the box. Inside, there was an explosive with a timer attached to it. 6 minutes left. There was a note attached to it with the black skeleton mask in the bottom right-hand corner. So, you've actually found the bomb, have you? Didn't expect you'd get this far. Well, well, it's just the beginning. Read the following instructions and decipher the code to figure out how to turn the timer on the bomb off. It will go off at exactly 11:20, 5 minutes from now. Just a nice little warning. Make a wrong move and the bomb goes off anyway. Very funny. Hastily, Syaoran grabbed the paper with the instructions to turn off the timer. In dismay, Sakura stared at the hopeless garble of numbers and words. Without wasting a moment, Syaoran swept out a piece of paper and pen and started scribbling notes and equations. Observing the structure of the bomb, he dislocated one of the complex twisting of the wire. He stared at the instructions and mumbled to himself, I-134. Desperately, he peered at the tiny labels of the wires of different colors and sizes, entwining with each other, connecting the bomb to the timer. 4 minutes left. Snatching away the bomb, Sakura said, Here, I'll do this circuit dislocation. You decipher the code. When she found the wire I-134, she snapped it with the explosive system. Can't we just break off all the wire? Are you crazy? One false move and the whole bomb would explode. We have to do it in order. Tick, tock, tick, tock. The seconds ticked away quicker than ever. Syaoran's voice wavered as cool sweat formed on his brows. A28, M38, W1933. With shaking fingers, Sakura dislocated the following wire lines. To her horror, it seemed as if hundreds of wires still remained. Yet she knew better than to tell Syaoran to hurry. He was already trying his best. A202, T423, C97, H3209, I390, N423, G902. Sakura nodded and searched for the wires. 3 minutes. We're running out of time. Sakura stared at the mass of dislocated wires. Wait, there's last few ones don't make sense. What'll happen if we don't finish in time? Don't even think about it. Syaoran crossed out something and then circled his result. Y822. Sakura could feel blisters forming on her fingers from snapping out the wire attachments from the bomb. The dislocated wires hung uselessly like narrow snakes of the circuit. Outside, there was a shouting of guards. They're in here! Open the door! Can't. It's locked from the inside. If you two are in there, come out right this second. A man, clearly the head of the department, shouted from the other side of the door. Tick, tick, tick. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. O242, U023, I73, N63643. Syaoran called out. Where was it? Sakura started to lose focus and fumbled with the cords. Time was running out. There were still at least 9 connected wires left. Stay calm. We have plenty of time. N23532, E23, W134. Despite his reassuring words, Syaoran's voice reflected tension. The clues to decipher the code to cancel the timer of the bomb were getting even more difficult to comprehend. He scribbled out another formula. There was banging on the door. 2 more minutes left. Sakura was unnerved to see the paleness of Syaoran's face, despite the fact that the sunglasses shaded his eyes. Maybe it was for the better, because she would have lost all hope if she could see his eyes at that moment. Only 6 more of the complex wire structure of the bomb remained, while the others were dislocated and pulled from their sockets. 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Syaoran, we don't have any more time. Each ticking of the second hand bore a stake through Sakura's heart. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Come out! Guards outside the furnace room shouted. Syaoran, is this the end? Do something! See, I think these two go together. Sakura pointed out some wires. Syaoran gazed over the hints, frowning. He licked his dry lips and swallowed the gulp in his throat. By this time, he had lost the cool composure of his face, and he fumbled with the equations, crossing out all his work. The knuckles of his hand gripping his pen were white. Then it dawned on him. He scribbled out some letters. Y324, O322, R9032, K09324, he called out clearly. Immediately, Sakura pulled out the wires in that order. 2 more wires attached the explosive system. One was blue, and the other was violet. Those 2 were the only ones that remained intact on the timer. Then they would be safe. Sakura, Syaoran said in a cracked voice, there's no way to figure out the last 2 circuit codes. What do you mean? It says here, when you reach the last 2 wires, it'll be pure luck. If you cut the wrong line, the bomb will explode. Anyway, is it the purple-coated wire or the blue? Syaoran stared at the mess before them of tangled wires with frayed ends while the timer clock continued to tick away merrily. Oh, God help me. Turning placid, Sakura gazed at the 2 wires that connected the bomb system, while all the others hung dangling uselessly in a jumble. 1 minute left. Which one is it? Sakura asked. Which one? Choose the wrong one, and the bomb will explode, kill all the people, damage this whole airport, my friend, my brother. Her eyes blurred. I'll lose you too. This was a no-win situation. Leave the bomb for 1 more minute, and it would explode. But cut the wrong wire, and it would also explode. This is too sudden. Too unexpected. 45 seconds. Placing her hand over her heart, Sakura took a deep breath. Her hand covered her crystal star necklace. Syaoran's Christmas present lay underneath her shirt. Syaoran. He didn't even say thank you for the embroidery of the wolf she gave him. She had worked on it for months, dropped blood on it, spent whole nights, so much time and anguish. He didn't even acknowledge that he received it. I guess he didn't like it. Well, let's get this over with. Syaoran reached for the blue wire. No! What? We have 30 seconds left now. Ugh, Syaoran buried his head in his hands. We have no choice. Just 30 seconds left. Can things end like this? So many things to say. So many things I want to do. Syaoran. Sakura took a breath. Syaoran, I'll cut the wire. If you insist. Syaoran muttered, shrugging his shoulders. He clenched his fist tight, his knuckles turning paler. Do you seriously think this bomb will explode? Sakura asked. Cloud Reed said there's no such thing as chance, that everything is already planned out by fate. Smiling slightly, Sakura said, Yet, all the same, I do believe in luck and chance. I believe I am the one that makes my own decisions. 15 seconds left. Syaoran? Never mind. It's nothing. I just felt like calling your name. Maybe for the last time. No. I know we'll survive this. Syaoran, I just want to say your name in my head 1,000,000 times. There was an empty, aching feeling in my heart for so long when you were gone in Hong Kong. I didn't want to accept what it was. I should think that feeling should be gone, but it's still in me. I should be content with all that I have, but there's always something that I want more, that it's just out of my reach. I can't help it, but why? Why do I wish you would reassure me like you used to? Be by my side and help me be strong. 10 seconds. It's my turn to say trust me. Sakura closed her eyes tightly. Trust me to make the right choice. You're not planning to do it with your eyes closed, are you? Syaoran asked in shock. 9, 8. Yes, it's either the blue one or the purple one. Sakura placed the bomb on her lap. I'm glad Syaoran's beside me, not anyone else. 7, 6. Hurry, 5 seconds left. Syaoran turned his head, heaving a deep breath. Sakura, gripping a wire, whether it was the blue or purple one, she did not know. Okay, this is it. What if this isn't the right one? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now! As Syaoran shouted, Sakura pulled out the wire. 0. A loud bang of an explosion was heard. Syaoran threw his body and Sakura's to the floor. Sakura clenched her eyes shut. It exploded. The bomb exploded. She waited for the rippling fire, the explosion to shake through her body, but nothing came. She held her breath and waited, but nothing came. Cautiously, she peeked up, but nothing came. Colorful rainbow streamers were floating down, along with a note. Well, how did you like my little surprise? Yes, scared you, didn't it? Well, choose the right line. If you cut the other one, there really would have been a really nasty explosion. It's a good thing you survived, though it was pure luck, because I won't be able to have fun if everything was destroyed under the explosive. For the fun is just about to begin. Next time will be much bigger and fancier. For a moment, Syaoran and Sakura sat there in the furnace room of the airport, breathless and stunned. You can breathe now, Sakura said, giving a sigh of relief. Collecting the scribble of notes and equations he wrote down to decipher the bomb code, he said, "Look at this. The wire number coding." Sakura listed off all the numbers. "So what about it?" "Look at it carefully. The alphabet letter in the beginning of each code. See? IAMWATCHINNEWYORK. Now do you get it?" For a moment, Sakura pondered over it. Then she exclaimed, "I am watching you in New York. That's what the wired numbering code spells out." "Right. Which means this is just the beginning. We will be followed in New York too." Sakura frowned. Who would be watching her in New York? A shiver ran down her spine. Now the uneasiness she felt about the trip doubled. "You two kids, come out this instant!" a guard yelled from outside, banging on the door. Oh dear, there they go again," Sakura sighed. "Well, we'll handle them all right, as usual." Syaoran cracked his knuckles. Suddenly, Sakura drew back from her. Her emerald eyes widened. "What?" Syaoran asked, baffled. Shaking her head, Sakura tried to head towards the door. "Why are you looking at me like that? Did I do something bad?" At last, Sakura stammered, Did you really kill a person before?" Brightly, he replied with ease, "Sure I did, in Hong Kong. I was in a clan and we slit the throats of people who betrayed us." Blood turning cold, Sakura tried to back off from him. Coolly, he asked, "Why? What's the matter?" You murdered people, and you can speak so easily like that. At that moment, Syaoran's eyes bulged, and he doubled over. After a while, Sakura figured out that he was laughing his head off. "Hoi! Why are you laughing? What is so funny?" Sakura placed her hands on her hips. Gasping for breath, Syaoran answered, "You are so funny, Sakura. I don't know what I'd do without you to cheer me up." Scowling, she muttered, "So, I don't see what's so funny about me or about murdering." "Do you really think that I would kill a person?" "But you told the guard at the computers that you've killed before and will kill again." "Well, I had to do something to find out the password, and it worked." "But the knife," Sakura trailed off. "This?" From his coat pocket, he drew out an elegantly designed pocket knife with a gold handle engraved with a dragon with an eye of an emerald. Sakura drew back at the sight of the knife. Syaoran flicked the silver blade out and thrust it out in front of her face. She skipped a breath. "This knife used to be my father's," Syaoran said. Dryly, he added, "And the blade is so blunt, it can't even cut a piece of paper, let alone slit someone's throat. I just held it out to the guard to give him a good scare." "So you've never killed anyone before?" "No, I've never killed anything." "Really, you are so gullible. How can you believe that I would actually harm something, let alone kill? No wonder your friends make fun of you." Furiously, Sakura pounded on Syaoran's arm and retorted, "Look who's talking. I hate you. You are so mean." "What? Gullible? Fine. I believe things when I hear them. I'm stupid, okay?" "Now you're lying. You know that you aren't stupid. There's no need to get offended." On the side, he muttered, "Ow, that hurts." "I'm not talking to you. Do you know how much you scared me? I hate to think someone I thought as a good person to be a crooked and murderer. Now you will laugh it off, saying it's a joke. Don't even stay within 1 meter radius of me." "Fine. You can't even take a joke. Relax, for God's sake." Relax. After being threatened by a bomb? Ugh, what a nice thing to say. Guess you were so well-trained, skilled, and marvelous wouldn't have felt nervous. Well, I'm stupid, so I get scared over little things. I'm scared of ghosts, thunderstorms, airplanes, bombs. She trailed off, biting back the urge to kick him all of a sudden. Then she glanced at her watch, temporarily forgetting her fury. Oh no, it's 11:25. 5 minutes till our plane takes off. Oni-chan would kill me. Hurry, let's burst through the guards. Adjusting their sunglasses, they bolted the door open and ran out. Catch them, the guards shouted, chasing after them. Running up the exit stairway, Syaoran asked, What gate are we? Gate 15. Okay, it's the left then. They emerged into the crowded people in the airport. The footsteps of the guards echoed behind them. 3 minutes till the airplane departure. Will they put us in jail if they catch us? Sakura asked. Yeah, it will be accused of treason and be handed over to the government officials. Syaoran answered. Really? Are you serious? I'm kidding. Geez, you believe everything. Did I really murder a person? Yeah, really. Biting her anger back, Sakura retorted nastily. Well, sorry. After all, you grew up in a different background, different lifestyle. Of course I would expect you to have strange styles. It's not like I know much about you. Not that either of us care. You're so different from me, that's why. You're so different from me. A pain ran through him. Syaoran clenched his fist and sprinted ahead. Trying to catch up, Sakura thought, uh-oh, he's really mad now. I shouldn't have said that. I think it hurt him very much. It was very nasty of me. The sign that Syaoran didn't answer her and that his face was cool and expressionlessness signified that he was really mad, not the kind of joking mad after a little squabble. Syaoran, where do we go now? Sakura asked after a silence. He didn't answer, but walked slower through the hallway. Well, it's not like he's faultless either. How can he mock me like that? He thinks I'm a toy that he can play with. He once said the same thing himself, that he's different from me. He never cares about my feelings and always thinks he's the best and he's right. A tiny voice in the back of her reminded her, Sakura, you're not being truthful to yourself either. I hate him. No, but I know I'm lying. Flight number 082, flight number 082, Tokyo to New York, will be departing. All on board now, came the voice on the intercom. Great, 2 minutes left. They shoved their way through the crowd. The guards were no longer chasing them, losing them in the bustling of people. 1 minute left. We're gonna miss the flight, Sakura exclaimed. It won't be my fault. Look! Gate 15, straight ahead. Down this hallway. They burst into full speed down the airplane corridor. Sakura-chan, Lee-kun, here. Timeo waved her hand. I knew you'd come on time. Sakura, where in the world have you been? How can you run off like that, you little... Toya was cut off by Yukito. Well, just in time. We better board now. We're the very last passengers. Guess you two took my advice. Timeo whipped out her video camera. Syaoran and Sakura stared back, puzzled. Melanie pointed at them. What's with the sunglasses? What? They both whipped it off, embarrassed. It looks cool. Leave it on, Timeo exclaimed. Oh, we're really going to miss the flight, Toya said. In the background, guards were shouting, Did you find them? No, they disappeared. Let's board now, Sakura said, pushing everyone along. Finally, Sakura, Syaoran, Timeo, Melanie, Eran, Erika, Toya, and Yukito all boarded the airplane Japan flight safely, headed towards John F. Kennedy Airport, New York. Needless to say, Sakura and Syaoran slept through the whole 12-hour trip. I'm never going to speak to Syaoran again, Sakura thought resolutely. Oh dear, it's just the beginning of a great trip, and I'm already not on speaking terms with Syaoran. When are those good old childhood days when I never felt ticked off or got angry? We are finally finally in New York, Sakura exclaimed, dragging her suitcase along. Right, New York, where anything may wait. Tomeo scanned the large John F. Kennedy Airport, New York, as they stepped out of the luggage-claiming area. A limousine's supposed to pick us up, right? Malin swerved around, nearly knocking off Syaoran's head. Wow, there's even more people in Tokyo, Rika commented. Odd. Do you want me to carry your bag for you, Sakura? Syaoran asked. I'm fine, thanks, Sakura smiled. Toya eyed the pretty boy with perfect manners, but something suspicious about his eyes, his grace. Oh my gosh, you must be Lee Syaoran! Out of the mass of people, a striking girl with short, chin-length auburn hair, framing her pretty, heart-shaped face, emerged. She threw her arms around him and squeezed him in a friendly hug. I've wanted to meet you so much. Everybody was baffled. Do you know her? Asked Syaoran. No, Syaoran replied. What is she doing? Sakura shouted in rage. Who are you? Get off my fiancé, Malin shrieked. The new girl looked up at Malin and said, Not anymore. You broke the engagement several years ago, remember? 'Cause he didn't love you back the way you wanted him to. As Malin was about to fume, Sakura placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Critically swerving around to Sakura, the flighty, short-haired girl declared, You're not that pretty, you know. Not even as cute as the movie about you made you out. You look older now, too. In some ways, I was still expecting a 10-year-old. Oh well, Syaoran's son is completely amazing. He looks even better now. He's tall, too, and handsome. I completely fell for his marvelous martial arts skills, sword fighting, his lovely scowl. Syaoran choked, and Malin sympathetically patted his back. Sakura stifled a giggle. Lovely scowl. Poor Syaoran. But what an annoying girl. Hope I don't have to put up with her through the whole trip. Who are you? Do you even know us? Asked Malin. Oh dear, I know everything about you from the video that Taman-san directed. Oh, I guess I forgot to introduce myself. The girl stepped back, grinning. She was evidently 1 or 2 years younger than Sakura and the rest, and had a mischievous, clear, grayish eye, setting off a very pretty face. Her rich, reddish-tinted auburn hair glossily brushing her chin. Somehow, she looked familiar in some ways, though Sakura could not place how. My name is Miho Tanaka. Please call me Miho. The president of Comptech is my uncle. President of Comptech? Everyone exclaimed. Right. I came here to meet you all since I was so curious to find out more about the talented cast of the video card Captor Sakura and Friends. Of course, I escaped my bodyguards, but oh well. Turning to Tomeo, Miho commented, I think that you are the prettiest out of all the girls. Probably the nicest and talented, too. Oh, thank you, Miho-san. Tomeo smiled. Arika, Malin, and Sakura all glared at Miho. Then, observing Syaoran, Miho commented, peering at him with wide gray eyes, she commented, Wow, you're the most prettiest boy I've ever seen. I love your hair. Hope to get to know you well. Then to Toya, she commented, Are you really related to her? Is she really your sister? She pointed at Sakura. Wow, how can such a handsome, perfect brother have a little sister like that? What? You? Sakura struggled against Tomeo, who tried to settle her. Before a dispute occurred to Sakura and Syaoran, Miho asked, So, are you still going out? You don't really match each other, you know. What do you mean, still going out? Toya muttered. Syaoran and Sakura glared at each other, then turned their heads, crossing their arms. I guess not, concluded Miho. Well, I'll be your guide, and I hope you enjoy your stay in New York. She smiled beautifully, looking like a sweet girl for once. Well, I think I understand what she meant now, Miho murmured, passing by Toya. For a moment, Toya narrowed his eyes and stared at the auburn-haired, spunky girl. Then he tossed his suspicion aside. They rode the long, black limousine to the Plaza Hotel. I am watching you in New York, Sakura swerved around in the car as if someone was trailing her. Who was watching her? Was that person, if a person, following her at that moment? And that Miho girl got on her nerves, and she just felt stifled by her presence. I can't believe she's so familiar about us when it's none of her business. It doesn't help that Syaoran and I are mad at each other. What will await this trip? I will be watching you in New York. Who and why?